I ended it a little too early. Hello, welcome, everyone. Happy Sunday. It is I, Danny Joy here, hanging out the Danniest of joys. Hanging out here. Happy Sunday. Chilling, hanging out, hosting Call Live. Usually you have Kelsey or Paul right here. Unfortunately, sweet baby Kelsey is under the weather right now. She is a-okay. She's all good, but we are sending her our love. Big shout out to Kelsey. Thank you so much for trusting us with this with this show right here. And us, and by us, I mean, of course, the one, the only, the beautiful. Look at that lip color, girl. Look at Miss Alex Matt.
What up, boo-boo? It's the daddiest of Max up here, you know.
The daddiest of Max. I love
You're probably the only person I will call daddy.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I have no opposition.
Oh, yeah.
Please feel better. Love you, girl.
Feel better, sweet Kelsey, for sure. And of course, y'all, you see it down there at the bottom. It is officially official. I am so excited to say this, y'all. We have the one, the only, the Switchblade.
Oh my God.
Silvestrini.
I am so effing excited. Like the instant that Christian said that on backstage, I went into the chat and I was like, did he just say it? Did he just make it canon? And I instantly emailed him and I was like, so I have ideas for merchandise.
Right away.
I love that.
I mean, the
t-shirt that the t-shirt public right now.
Well, the t-shirt that I held up, I literally, as soon as I was like, so you can get these t-shirts, and he instantly text me, and it showed up on my screen. It was like, that's going to be a completely Skybound thing, so please don't do that. I was like, okay.
So now that Rachel is here, and now that we got Rachel in here, and I know that you all saw it whenever we first started, there was only 3 of us, but on the poster there was 4, and now all of a sudden, we're super excited to introduce this person, someone who's never been on call to action before, I believe, at least not with me. So I'm super excited, super pumped, y'all.
Or any Schmoedown after show that I'm aware of. You know, she's right.
Coming out party. We are
this
coming out party, guys.
This is her coming out party.
We are popping that cherry for her right now. I am so fucking stoked.
I'm so here for it. I'm so here for it. She's a gem. She's all that, and she's amazing. I can't wait to chat with her up. Okay.
Miss Marisol McKee. Woo! I hope I'm saying it right.
No, you say it just like my mom. It was perfect.
Nice.
Hi, ladies.
We were just talking about, right before we went live, we were just talking for a good 5.5 minutes about how stunning you are. And what was it?
Do you want me to say it?
Sure.
Oh. So we were describing how beautiful you were, because I think you've met both Alex and I, and Danny has not met you yet. And I was like, she is disgustingly beautiful. She's like a melted Rolo. She looks like she's so beautiful. She looks like if you licked her, she would taste delicious. I just absolutely adore you. I'm so excited that you're participating in the Schmoedown singles tournament. I'm so we got to meet in New York, which was amazing, and you were so shy. And your boyfriend was like, "We need to get her to compete." I'm like, "Oh, it's done. Don't even think about it." And when you got drafted, I was beyond the moon excited for you. So I'm so happy to be here with these two to welcome you to the Schmoedown.
Yes, I am beyond stoked. Thank you so much. I'm beyond stoked. I'm so happy to see you again, Rachel. I'm happy to meet you, Danny, and I'm happy to see you again, Alex, as well, of course.
I remember meeting you in Orlando.
Yeah.
It was actually, with my husband and I remember we met you in Orlando. It was right after your boyfriend. Oh, thank you, Lucas. Your boyfriend, mentioned, Christian, Marisol is a badass and you need her. No, you don't deserve her, but you should have her. Essentially, he said that to Christian during the Q&A after, and I was like, I gotta meet this lady. Who is she? But and we went out to the bar thing right after, and you were pretty amazing. I mean, it was just cool to hang out.
Yeah, it was a dream come true. It was a chance to actually stop being a wallflower and actually meet all the people that I know are so awesome that I've been loving and watching for so long. And yeah, it didn't disappoint. Yeah.
Well, there's a few people that do, but
And then I got to meet Rachel.
And that the tea. So Marisol, I'm gonna take a little steal from a show that I host on here called Chill to Action, and just ask you really quickly, just because I want to know, and I'm not familiar with it. How did you get involved with the Schmoedown? How did you find out about the Schmoedown?
So I found out about the Schmoedown in 2017 from a fellow cinephile, a friend who loved it. He absolutely loved it. And he knew how much I was into movies. We would just geek out about movies all the time. And he's like, I've got to show you this show. Have you never seen it? He never revealed how he found out about it, but he would see me like telling factoids about the movies we were watching and everything. He's like, I got to show you this show. You're going to love it. It's amazing. And he put on a match for me. And I'm pretty sure it was like a 6 Degrees match. It was Brienne and Stacey Howard. Like, it was something like that. I can't remember the exact first match I watched, but I know it had them in it. And I was like hooked from the second he showed it to me. I was hooked, and I was like, what is this? And where has it been in my life? And how do I get more of it? And I have been a fan ever since for Schmoedown. Yeah, that's how
I hooked you in.
Very cool.
And then we got you in it.
Yeah, and then so I'm an OG fan, like, or not from all the way back in the day, but the second I found out about it, I was all about it. Went back to the beginning and watched it. And then when I was fortunate enough to start going to live shows, I got even more involved in it, and it was a dream. It was a dream to compete on it. It was I guess a pipe dream. And then like you guys mentioned, my boyfriend he just couldn't sit by and let me not be a part of this world. So he was the hype man I never knew I needed.
Oh.
And then he and I'm really grateful for that. And he launched me into Schmoedown. So
everyone deserves their own little hype man every once in a while. You know, whether it's their partner, family, friend, whatever it may be. Everyone deserves a hype man. I think we can all agree where everyone is Rachel's hype man as well.
Yeah.
So,
I believe that was also in Lucas's and Alex's vows. I believe they actually had to vow to be each other's hype men for the rest of their lives.
I mean, that's a great part of, like, I probably will not get married, but if I am, like, that's now part of my vows.
Yeah, it's going to be in the vows.
But Marisol, your boyfriend was, like, the perfect hype man. Because, like, I met you guys in New York, and it was after the show, and everybody's hanging out at Fred's, which is a bar in New York that is just literally wallpapered with pictures of people's dogs just, like, stapled to the walls. It's the best place on earth. The only thing that can make it better was if the dogs were actually there. But, like, people are hanging out and, like, having conversations. And I remember distinctly your boyfriend coming up to me, like, I'm having a conversation with someone else. And he just goes up, he's like, hey, have you met my girlfriend? And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, she's really good. We're going to get her into the game. And I'm like, oh, yeah, fuck yeah, of course. And then I saw you and I was like, oh, you were at the live event. Like, yes, that's amazing. And then we stood there and you were so shy. And he was like, no, she's got this. He was so stone solid about, like, your abilities and his faith in you that I was like, if he's got this kind of faith, like, let's do this. Like, let's get her in. Like, A, we need more females. B, we need more females of color. And, like, I just love the fact that you are so, like, such a big fan of the show that, like, you knew everybody in that bar, not just the competitors, but, like, fans as well. Like, it was so great. And so I'm super glad you.
Well, you are part of the fan leagues as well. I mean, like, you were for a bit. I remember, like, I remember meeting you in Orlando. Orlando's not a place. Orlando, sorry. You mentioned to us, some of us, that you were in the fan leagues, and so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try recruiting her into my faction because I'm a manager in the fan leagues. And I remember talking to you right after and being like, hey, you want to come train with us for a few sessions? And at that point, you kind of low-key mentioned, yeah, I can't do that anymore.
Guys, I don't know if you saw, but
at that point, you were told that you were going to be in the draft.
big shout out to Mark Ellis over there. Thank you so much, Mr. Ellis. Woo, woo, woo. We will send soup in regards to the from the Action Army over to Kelsey. Sorry, my computer just got all crazy. That's why I lost my train of thought because my computer just went crazy.
I love that my blondness confuses Ellis.
Yeah, no one knows who this is anymore. I was listening to the rundown earlier today too. Did you listen to what Brad said about your hair, Rachel?
I don't listen to them at all.
So Brad,
well, did he have something nice to say? Because they never say anything nice about me.
Well, it was nice. He did say that he liked you rocking that blonde, but that you premiered your blonde on backstage, and Frank was like, "No, she's had it for a while." And Brad, well, she premiered it on backstage, so that's the official release of her hair color. So.
I mean, I love how he wants to make everything official, but that's fine. Thank you. I appreciate it. This is the Switchblade.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the Switchblade. I'm just going to keep this forever and ever amen now. So it's fine.
Well, I'm 100% a fan. I think you look fucking amazing. So.
Although if you want to see something hilarious, I went to touch up my roots and I missed like a huge section back here.
Yay!
Woo!
That's what happens when you do things at home and don't have a girl to help you make sure you get the back of your head.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Having friends to do those weird areas is definitely a bonus for sure. Yeah. Well, you guys, speaking of the Switchblade, how does it feel to have like the name again? Well, not again, like technically, officially, you've never had it, but you just got it after being, what was it, the Rising Star or something?
The Shining Star?
Shining Star? Something
Star.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I preferred shiny. What is it that Ben and Andrew call me? The Shining Shooter.
The Shining Shooter
is my favorite. But the Switchblade, I love the fact that Christian was the one who started it, because I submitted it because I was like, oh, if he's the Bandit, I can be the Switchblade, and he's like, no, and I'm like, but you just approved Vinny being the Ice Pick. Like,
I did not.
Like, are you like legit for the same match? It was for the same match, and he was like, "No, you can't. It's too violent." And then he's like, "The Ice Pick," and I'm like, "What?" And I am unplugging my shit.
Oh, I can hear Danielle laughing in the back.
How could I heard it too. That's
but it is an awesome name.
But then he started it, and like no one knew about it until he brought it up, and they were like criticizing our choice of names and nicknames and stuff like that. And like he was like, Rachel the Switchblade, and you guys latched onto it like a lion and a piece of meat, and you wouldn't let it go. And I love you for that, because you guys have all been calling me the Switchblade since that happened. And I was like, that's great. You guys can call me the Switchblade off. Like, officially, that's not my nickname, but that's my nickname for you guys. And now it is all the way across the board official. I'm so stoked. I'm like trying to get a hold of Christian at some point to like talk merchandise, because I want shirts out there. Like, I want that first live event to have like a huge section of people just wearing Switchblade shirts. Like, please don't bring
I would too.
It's amazing. I'm so fucking stoked, and it's so great. And now I get to like play this kind of badass, because before I was like, you want me to be heel, but you gave me the nickname the Rising Star, the Shooting Star. Like, I don't know what to do with that, but I know what to do with the Switchblade, and she's just gonna cut bitches, and it's fine.
Yeah, that's gonna be badass.
Well, I'm excited to see what fans come up with, for sure. And obviously, they're probably not going to have like a thing with a knife or something. They're gonna
but you could definitely get one of those like switchblades with the comb in it. Like,
oh yeah,
one of those Greaser style combs. Oh my goodness,
you'll be like Danny Zuko from Grease.
Oh hell yeah!
And then
I'll be Sandy.
Be super cool.
I want to be like a combination of Sandy and Rizzo.
Yeah, I
God.
love that.
Life, Rizzo for life.
Just a cha-cha in there, just a little dash of cha-cha.
A little dash.
The best favorite dancer. It's Saint Bernadette's with the worst reputation. Oh god, that movie.
Yeah. It's okay. So you're now the Switchblade, obviously.
Yes.
Marisol, you haven't played yet. obviously you're going to get a nickname here pretty soon. You're going to be playing in your debut match here very soon.
Yeah, the suspense is killing me. So a big question mark over my face.
Or are you more scared or more excited?
I'm more excited than scared.
Good.
You know why? Because she's playing Somerville.
That's fair.
Not this.
100%.
I'm not one to bad talk my competition.
You can state facts, which is the fact that she's not that good.
Or also alternatively, she's cool and awesome. I love Bonnie. I think she's fantastic. But at the same time, she didn't know who directed Jurassic Park. So,
yeah, I have
we could never be
there. I'm not one to backtalk my competition typically, but I'm going to turn Bonnie to dust.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
That was the rest of my thought.
I'm not worried. I was really worried. I'm not gonna lie. I was really worried that you were gonna go full face and be like, "Everybody's so nice in the league," and I was like,
"I'm clipping that out." It is 6. I'm gonna go with 16:20. Sorry, 14:20.
We've been trying to get our clipping down for 2 years. We've been trying to get clipping down and just haven't done it. So,
well, it's funny you mentioned the face thing too, Rachel, because I think maybe that's probably naturally. If when I was fantasizing about what would happen if I ever did join, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be face. I'm gonna be a force of good. Like I want to be just like Wonder Woman when I grow up, and I thought that's what I would be in a Schmoedown. And when I got drafted by Corruption, I was excited for 10,000 reasons. But I was also excited for the chance to be bad, like the chance to just every dream I had of like being like all these face dreams that I had, all of a sudden like just got a little spicier, and I was and I got even more excited. I got even more excited about Schmoedown on top of it. So
are you? Like you said, so this is the knowledge and everything. That's obviously, like you said, you're kind of studying and working towards that. Do you feel like at all, like, are you working with Shannon to work on character or anything? Or, I mean, like, is that something you're actively, are you gonna like let her really kind of do the character thing for you, or what do you think you're gonna be doing for your first match? Because obviously you played multiple matches, clearly.
Watched, and so the character thing, I have pitched a bunch of ideas. I was very front-loaded about talking about character ideas with Shannon, because as a fan of Schmoedown, I've been watching it for a while. The best thing, like we all like trivia, it's not about the questions, in Schmoedown. It's about the personalities. It's about the characters, and the questions add to the excitement. But what really makes what just sets it apart and what makes it so special is all the awesome people on it, like the characters, the personalities, like the tensions, the storylines, people just going full throttle and getting into it and being memorable, like the Lon Harrises, of Schmoedown, they're really, I mean, and countless others. That was just the first one that popped into my head. But characters are what makes it so awesome. And especially this season, there's so many, like just real shit. Like this season, there are just so many new people that like, you just don't want to be, I felt really strongly about it that I didn't want to be Marisol McKee up there answering trivia questions. Like that's not that interesting. Like, it's interesting, but it's not as interesting as it should be and deserves to be, and the fans deserve it to be. Like, we love this. Like, we love this shit, and we love to see people who love it on another level too. In it, love seeing people in it with passion. People like Rachel, people who just are living and breathing it and just having it light a fire under their ass. So I was like really like. From the beginning, I was just like rattling off ideas, like what can I be? What angle can I be? Like, like I said, when I got excited about being drafted into it, I was like already like, oh, okay. So I can spice up this face thing that I was thinking about being. I am all in on it. I am all in about being a character. I have been talking with Shannon, working that out, working those kinks. I mean, it's Christian say at the end of the day, obviously. But I've been, buzzing in ears and trying to give them ideas of like what I would like to do, like how I would like to come out, what I would like to do. Because we all deserve it, and it's a lot more fun that way. And still want to have fun with it. And I know everybody would rather see that than
just a match between two nice people.
Yeah, I would love to see you come out as like a spicy face and just having like Laura Kelly and Shannon behind you, like two badass heels, like still supporting you, being like a face with like a little bit of an edge to her and that sort of way. That would be a lot of fun to see. I think watching Shannon manage someone who is a face would be fun to sort of see. I think most of the people on Corruption have this heel vibe to them, so having someone that is a snarky little face would be fun to see. So
sorry, no, go ahead.
Sorry. I did have, because I know that like as of right now, it's pretty much like Dewberry is like our our lamb, like caught in like the in like a den of wolves here, so he kind of already has that dynamic, but that was absolutely like the kind of like thing I was kind of thinking, maybe like similar to something like that, like somebody who's conflicted about they want to be good, but like they're conflicted, and now that they've got a taste of being bad, it's like they've got this, what do they call it? They got this cognitive dissonance going on,
I love it.
They get pulled. The heart gets pulled in a couple directions. So
it's funny that you just called Dewberry a sheep, because I've always, like, since he got drafted by Corruption, I always pictured him as one of those sheep in the How to Train Your Dragon series, like dressed up as a dragon. Like, I feel like that's Dewberry. To the core of it. He's like, I'm a dragon, don't eat me, bad. Oh, I mean, roar! Like, and now I really want to see him cosplay that.
I made a meme of the experiment with Shannon like forever ago with like the 3 dragon heads, and like one is like super serious, which was Shannon. The middle one is a wee bit less serious, but still serious, and it was Mark Hoyk. And the third one is just like a dragon being like, and I'm like Elliot Dewberry, obviously.
You just described Shenzi, Ed, and oh my god, why am I blanking? And Bonsai from The Lion King, the hyenas.
Exactly, it is exactly that. Oh my gosh, it could apply both ways. Do you have any ideas? Do you have any ideas what you would love to see your nickname to be, Marisol?
Yes. So this is, I mean,
say anything.
I mean, that's a little TBD. It's all still kind of in the works.
Fair.
So I pitched something. I don't know if it's gonna stick. I don't know if that's what the final product is gonna be. So I'll just let that be revealed when it is revealed.
Hey,
Picking up what you're putting down. I hear you.
Yeah. I mean, all this stuff is just really new for me. I mean, I just like, I'm a person who keeps to themselves a lot, and have been for like most of my life. I'm not very, I love people, but I'm not particularly extroverted. So this has all been like a learning curve, like trying to like adapt to a world beyond just like my own little bubble that I usually live in, and try to be something that I'm not and everything. But so I'm putting my toe in the water and taking baby steps. And I even had with like the fan league, like I was like just putting my toe in the water with the fan league and everything. And then this happened, and then fate called, and then, but I'm all in, I'm all for it.
I feel like you're a kid standing at the top of like a high dive, and you're like, I really want to go in, but there's a lot of kids that are loud and playing, and like Mark and Harloff are just standing behind you and pushing you off the high dive and to join the party. Like you're coming in, like you're not an extrovert, but you will be. Be very ready. This is going to be a huge change for you, but we are all here to support you because we love you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yay! Well, while we're here hanging out, there are a few things that we can definitely deep dive into, especially with Rachel, a seasoned competitor inside of the Schmoedown, Marisol, a new up and coming in the Schmoedown, and then Alex and I as very very big time watchers of the Schmoedown. We've seen it a couple of times. We just, every once in a while we'll try to catch it on the internet if it comes out.
Definitely don't dream about it or anything.
No. Definitely do not schedule my actual personal life around matches
every day.
Or hanging out with us.
Don't do that at all. No. So there's a singles tournament coming up. that was the segue. This is my beautiful hosting duties. So that was the segue to singles tournament. Yes, so this is coming up, y'all. We're really excited. We're not going to deep dive into the singles tournament. There's still a few ifs, ands going on for that. So we're not going to do a super deep dive into the singles tournament. We will eventually, at some point, with the Call to Action crew, have a special for that, specifically once we get a little bit closer to that. Once it gets started, the tournament starts August 10th, I believe. Is that correct? Am I right? Did I say that right?
No.
August 10th.
Wait, does it? Oh, yeah. I was like, wait, no, I have a match before then, but it's...
I know, that's right.
It's this one!
That one.
Yeah.
It's 3 days before it starts. Oh, God, it's coming up so quickly.
Yes, it is coming up quickly. It's coming up faster than this tournament, but I just kind of want to touch on this tournament before we get into that, because we're going to talk about that a lot more than we are this tournament. So with the tournament coming up, are you all excited to see any of these names that are on there? Is there any specific match that each of you all are looking forward to? I'm going to start with Marisol. Is there anything specifically on that board, with the exception of your own matches, Rachel and Marisol, that you're looking forward to watching as a fan?
I think.
Would you like us to pull up the thing?
Let's
because I'm sure I'm gonna be.
There's a lot of matches.
I don't have them all memorized. Yeah,
that's a lot of matches.
I have them all memorized. But I think just off the top of my head, I think Andreyko and Achity. I think that was one of the matchups that like immediately jumped out at me, and I got excited about because I've always been an Andreyko fan. No disrespect to I mean, he's great too, but I'm a huge Andreyko fan. And I thought that is just going to be a really well-matched, really exciting back and forth one. And that one just jumped right out at me like, ooh, I can't wait to see that one.
That one is, that's going to be a fun dynamic. They do both seem like they're very well even matched.
Right. Mm-hmm. Like it could be like either just like like that, because like their skills are comparable. Their skill level is very comparable. Their knowledge is so broad, both of them, so deep and so broad. Like they are genuine like cinema lovers, like front to back, and the possibilities are endless when you get two people like that in a match together. And I'm really excited to see that. And
they're both fun to watch. I love Matt. Oh, yeah, Matt actually just seems like a really fun guy to hang out with.
Oh my God, they could not have bigger hearts, the two of them.
Yes,
but absolutely. Also, why did Matt actually make that challenge where they lost the match?
Because he's like the best human being on the face of the planet.
Because he's Jesus, okay?
He's just pure, like, this is not right. Like, he's just so good.
Yeah, I'm unworthy. Like, at that moment, I realized that I'm a piece of shit. In that moment, because I've never done anything.
Yeah, I was like, I would have kept. Level. As soon as he objected, I literally turned around to like 6 competitors. We're like, we would have fucking kept the one. They call Christian said, "And you're a winner." That means the game's done. Like, no more. Like, nobody can speak up. No more challenges. No more repeats. That's it.
Yeah, the bar was set there, and I failed to clear that bar. I was like, nope.
What about you, Rachel? Is there any match that you are looking forward to also?
I'm actually, and this is not just placating, I am so excited for your match. I am so excited to see, you, Marisol. I'm so excited to see you come out and debut yourself against Bonnie, who is 0-3. I'm like, Christian claims that she's, studying, but like, we'll see if she even shows up for the match because we all know how timely she is. But also just like, I've seen her play and her play hasn't improved that much. And she's also a part of the Droogs, which is like kind of leader. I mean, they have a leader, but they're kind of listless. Like they're just a ship bouncing around on the waves at this point.
Well, they're burning to the ground. That's what they're doing.
So
Yeah.
my roommate almost managed the Droog, so
We don't talk about him. I don't care. I'm also really, really excited to see Tom versus Tim.
yeah,
That's my pick.
Because Tom is a beast with his knowledge, and Tim is no slouch. Like that is going to be a drag out, bloody alleyway match. Like it's going to be brutal. There was another one. I'm so excited. I think this is going to be like honestly the sweetest match we've ever seen between Brendan Meyer and Alonzo Duralde.
Oh my god,
Like,
I can't.
Like, I'm so angry we're not doing this in studio because all I want to see is Alonzo coming out dressed as Santa and the kid sitting on his lap asking for a win for Christmas. Like that's all I want. Like I love the. Plus they're like the sweetest people in the world, and like I love them.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, that's gonna be the most Canadian thing we'll ever see. It's gonna be uber polite.
What about you, Alex? What are you looking forward to?
I'm just gonna keep whipping up the things. You guys are keep taking all my lists. Now, I also feel very conflicted because a lot of these matches I cannot bear the idea of either one of them losing. Like the Paul Preston versus Eric Zipper. I'm like, no. I love Eric Zipper. I love Paul Preston. I don't want either one of them to lose. That one.
I mean, I do.
Okay, fair. Another one would have to be Frank Morin versus James White. Ooh. I've heard Frank is from people that he is going to knock it out of the park. I hear he's wonderful. Everyone's sleeping on him. He's fantastic. And the thing is, but also at the same time, James White, holy shnikes, that dude. He is so knowledgeable. I mean, like, he's with you. I mean, like, you know how wonderful he is.
He and I actually did a study session yesterday for like 2.5 hours, and like, dude, he killed it.
Nice.
Like,
yeah. Well,
this is another one. Like Frank has a record, and like he's played a few matches before, so we can kind of understand where his strengths were and weaknesses back then. But like, I know James. Like I've known James for years now. Like I know what he knows. I know what he doesn't know, which is not a lot. And I don't think that Moran is going to be able to pull out the W against him. So I'm really excited for that match, though.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing James a little bit more inside also. I'm interested to see Frank. He's only done one thing in the Schmoedown. Is that correct? Am I wrong on that?
I think he did a box office breakdown match against Superhero News.
Yeah. So I have heard stuff like that about Frank as well. So it is going to be a good match. I really hope that James pulls that one out because I want to see how well he does just overall inside of the tournament.
Absolutely. It's one of those like things where, again, like I don't want any of these people to lose. I'm so excited for everyone. Like the idea of only potentially getting one match in the singles tournament from Perry is heartbreaking.
Oh no, she's gonna wipe the floor with Kalinowski.
Right?
Oh, I can't wait. Can you imagine?
That would be the best upset. Like, no shade to Kalinowski, no tea, no shade. But I would love to see Perry totally take that match.
Oh my god!
Just see her kind of dominate. Just because we haven't seen her in the Schmoedown for a long time, but I think that she would be such a sleeper pick, and like it would be so much fun to see those upsets.
I mean, and he's killing it in the IG tournament. Like, respect to him. He's doing so well. Like, he's back with a fire lit under him. But it's like, is it just a fire from Mordor, or is it like, does the fire spread across all divisions? You know?
Yeah.
Oh, the upset would be exciting. I'm all in. I'm all in for KO.
Yeah.
He has always been.
Why?
Well, he's your boy.
No, not even. So it's not even like a teammate bias thing. It's totally a biased fangirl thing. Because Kalinowski has often been. He's right up there with Cushing. Has always been one of my absolute favorite players ever. When I was early on watching it, I was just all about it. I was hooked. Like, if I saw his name, if I saw his face anywhere near something, I was clicking it. And he's been my go-to, my standard, that golden bar ever since. I was honored to get on Corruption with him.
Hey guys, remember when there was a heel watch and he was a good guy and people are like, he's never going heel.
And now he's the heeliest of heels. Like, Mike Kalinowski is basically a pair of Heelys.
He's a still.
No, okay. Watching his match earlier, it was kind of funny. Like, Lucas and I, we were talking about it, and he, like, thing is, even when he is heel, I'm like, we're telling ourselves, we're like, this isn't a heel. This is like a PG version of a heel. This is like this is a PGG kind of situation. It's like when Shannon comes in situation, we're aiming at PG-13. But up until, like, if it's just Mike, I'm like, this is like, he's just so gleeful when he's being evil. It's just like, he's like a Disney villain, almost.
Yeah,
Mustache a little bit.
That's how I see him.
Like
more like a cartoon villain than like an action hero villain, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's Goob. Guys, he's Goob from oh my god. We Are the Millers. A different movie. Meet the Robinsons.
Oh, I love that movie.
I haven't seen it.
It's so good.
I do not get this reference.
Danielle, we did get a Streamlab. I put it in the chat if you want to read it out.
You go for it, Alex.
I will go for it. Indeed, I will. Say hi to all these lovely ladies! ! So excited to hear about all these matches, but it's making me exhausted. For everyone, from Megs. Thank you so much, Megs. If you're not familiar with who she is or what she does when it comes to Schmoedown, get yourselves together. She is the awesome lady behind a lot of these really fantastic stats. Diving into every single match between best quotes, rounds, going over the categories and all that good stuff. So she's wonderful. So definitely check her out if you can.
Megs is definitely the best. And Meg, like, 4 matches a week, y'all.
Yo.
How excited are y'all to see 4 matches a week when this stuff drops?
It just makes me very worried for Eric.
Legitimately.
Like he better be getting a huge raise. Like, that pay bump better be worth it, because he does such amazing work, and that the level of, like, the product level is not going down. If anything, it's going to go up. He's going to push himself to give us everything that we could ever want and more, and it's going to be spectacular. And big shout out to Nerd Chronic. He is the absolute best.
Yeah,
never cried at a promo before, and then he made it, and I was like,
oh, love you, baby.
Big fan of Eric.
Cried to multiple promos. Marisol, what, as a Schmoedown fan and everything, what is one of your favorite storylines when it comes to Schmoedown? Do you have one? Or in Rachel as well, Danny?
A favorite storyline?
Yeah. Some of my favorite story moments, like some of my favorite stories, like these little moments, like when Gucci lost his mask. It was just like, it just brought me so much, again, it just brought me so much happiness. Him just like walking around being like, where's my mask? Where the fuck is my mask? You did my mask? No, I didn't take your mask. What'd you do with my mask? It was just so funny. And eventually finding out where it went. Yeah.
I loved the stipulation when Makuga went to go play against Finstock, but it wasn't Dagnino, it was Andraco in the Finstock mask. Like that, like stuff like that makes me laugh so hard. Like because like everything gets taken so seriously nowadays. But like I mean, back then everything was so wonderfully done with tongue in cheek. I mean, I was front and center for the second tackle. That was unbelievable. Like watching them set it up and like doing like test runs without contact, like unbelievable. I mean, Knapsack betraying Cushing was heartbreaking, but she almost beat two of the best players by herself. And I think did they give her the option to get double points in round one? Because if they didn't, she would have beat them hands down.
Yeah.
Like that's
they gave her that option.
I wish that they did. That would have been like really great to see, for sure. Oh, sorry. We did get a super chat from a Mr. Nerd Chronic again. Eric, what up? I was looking forward to training and competing with Marisol and Corruption. Best of luck in the tournament.
That's right. I remember when Eric was in Corruption and then so gracefully decided to bow out of competing because he would be getting a lot of the inside stuff ahead of time. So that just goes to show everyone how great of a person Eric Rodriguez is just in general. So
I feel like on top of the Yodi Award, I think that Eric also deserves this season like an exhibition match just to like show everyone how great of a player he could have been, like had he been able to compete this season, and everybody just felt like their respect and love for him just will jump like tenfold.
Yeah,
if that's even possible, because we all love him so much.
Yes, absolutely. Marisol, did you get a chance to train at all with Eric?
I didn't even get a chance to meet him. Yeah, it was sad. We didn't have much to train, but I was all about it when I first found out, and I was excited for it. But another life.
Yeah.
Now I get to enjoy, like you said, I get to enjoy seeing his amazing work on Schmoedown, and I love editing myself, so I feel like especially like I think it's especially awesome watching everything that he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of Red Bull for this tournament for him, I'll tell you that. A lot of Red Bull. Maybe a little cocaine.
Choice?
Yeah, can we get a sponsor for Eric just for like the tournament even and moving forward? Just like, is it coffee? Do you want Red Bull? Do you want like a 20-pack of green tea? Like, bang! Like, what do you want, Eric? Like, let us know.
Yeah.
All
the fans are gonna have to get together to send him a shipment of that just to keep him up.
Just put an Amazon wish list together, put the link in your Twitter, and just be prepared. Like,
I'm okay with that. Yeah, whatever you need. Do you need some better pillows for when you do go to sleep? Those are precious hours of sleeping that you don't get very much because of what you do for us. So if you need new pillows, I'm okay with getting new pillows. What do you need, my dude?
He probably sleeps like Gandalf with his eyes open.
What are those pods you can go into where you don't see or hear anything? Like the isolation pods. Do you need an isolation pod so you can just like power nap for like 2 hours and be good? Like whatever it is, put on your list.
Make sure you're okay.
Napping? Really?
It's for like recharging, like focusing.
Do you want more DVDs? Do you want more movies and stuff? We will help you. Whatever you want. It's all good.
I have seen Eric train with other people, so he is very much into it, just as much as the competitors are on that side of it. Not even just the editing side, but to touch on what Marisol said earlier about the editing process of this, it gets us so emotionally involved inside of these matches. Like it elevates the game to a completely different level that just it allows us to be a part of it in a different way. So I'm always grateful whenever I hear people give Eric praise because it's definitely deserved. And I mean, we all love movies for part of the same reason. It gives us feelings. So Eric's really good at giving us feelings.
My heart.
Let us love you.
My heart goes boop. That's the one. That's the one.
It is. Yeah. So, Rachel, I heard you say earlier, I walked away, but I heard you say earlier, your favorite moment was the Finn Draco moment.
One of, yeah. I love how amazing tongue in cheek it was, and like how Finstock and Dagnino have two separate records.
Yeah.
Because they're seen as two different people. Like, I'm waiting for Gucci to get a record because
he did get the manager ball.
That's what I was thinking.
But was he playing as Gucci or was he billed as Dagnino? Like, that's the question. Because if he was billed as Gucci, then Gucci has a record. Then it's one person with 3 different records, and I'm here for it. Like, there's that level. I think there's that level of absurdity and like fun, frivolous, like giddy, stupid kid laughter that we absolutely need to make sure that we maintain in the league. Like, everything has gotten so seriously, and like, dude, I remember wanting to start doing this because I just had a love of movies and just knew things because I loved movies so much that I would rewatch them and just memorize shit.
Yeah.
And then I came in and I got to play and I realized just how serious. Like, I got to see the book. Ben left it and I like saw it and I was like, can I open one page? And he was like, yeah. And so I like lifted it a little bit and I'm like, no, I can't look at this. Like, it's going to give me hives. I'm just going to like have a nervous breakdown. And like, I realized how much you need, like, you have to commit to that level now to compete. Mm-hmm. But we still need the fun. We still need the wild berries. We still need, we still need the real rejects who I love and adore.
Oh my gosh, I love the rejects.
Me too.
God, that match against them, I was so excited for because I was like, this is going to be fun. And like, I love each of them separately and together, and like getting to play them was just a gift.
Considering how long they've been together, and I mean, like, they're always in the same conversation as like the wild berries. It makes sense considering how wonderful they are, and like it's kind of weird to me, like how Christian, he calls the wild berries heels, and he's also called the real rejects heels. But I'm thinking, what? No, huh?
I think they're unlawful good. I think they're unlawful neutral, chaotic neutral.
Yeah,
chaotic neutral. I like that for both of them.
Exactly. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Danny.
No, I'm sorry. So speaking of fun and serious when it comes to matches, I just want to touch on this match really, really quickly coming up. The Inner Geekdom Championship match between Kevin Smets and Chandru Bandapani. Talk about fun and serious, man. With the undercard, with a fun little undercard there, huh? The Pride.
Oh yeah,
final exam or Deep 13. Look at that, August.
Look at that.
Talk about fun.
Oh, yeah.
So how are you feeling about going into this match? We've seen you do some really good stuff with Ben Goddard. Ben Goddard had a lot of hype behind him coming into this season. He's lived up to the hype, I would say. He's done very well on his own, and especially with you two as teams, we've seen you work very, very well together. Are you looking forward to this match? Are you nervous about it? Are you preparing for it in any sort of way? And what Disney movie are you watching?
Well, I literally wake up every day. Like, for the past 2 weeks, I've just woken up at 7:00 in the morning. And the first 2 days, I was like, what am I doing awake? And just laid in bed and checked my phone. And then the third day, I was like, you know what? I should probably be awake. And so I decided to start my day every day now by watching a different Disney movie because Disney Plus is amazing and it's right there. And B, why not? Who doesn't want to sip coffee and wake up and watch, the Aristocats or Emperor's New Groove and start your day off like that? I'm
so glad that you admitted to that, because I will say, I was just kind of guessing that was something you do, because that's definitely something that I do. So I'm so glad that you said that, because I too just randomly put on Aladdin, any random movie. So I'm so glad you said that.
Because it's so good. It's so much fun, and it's an hour and a half.
Oliver and Company. Yeah, sure. Put it
why should I worry? Who doesn't want to start off the day with that mantra? Yes.
Why should I? Okay.
We did get a Streamlab a minute ago. Thank you so much from Mr. Westoniro. Hello, ladies. I blame Alex for making me feel underdressed. You're welcome. Would Parasol and Switchblade team up at one point? Also looking forward to more videos from the joyous Danny.
I mean, yeah. I would love to have a female partner. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Ben, and like I really love the the chemistry that we have. It was like almost instantaneous, but like I think having an all girls team to come back and possibly be the next, full female team to take on the team belts, I think that would be fucking amazing. Like, I think that I'm sad because that can't happen in any of the factions. I don't think any faction has more than 2 females that play in the same league.
Well,
That play in the same league. Like, there are some that have 2.
we do
Like,
have
Corruption has Klee.
We have
Yeah.
4. Yeah. So we have Claudia. Laura's definitely Star Wars, but we have Claudia, Klee, and me.
Yeah.
And we at least of right now, we haven't really dived into like team assortments. So there's still a possibility, like there's still a chance. But I mean, I could say at least now that like I haven't been hooked up with anybody yet for teams. So who knows? Hold on to hope. There's a possibility. There's a shred. Yeah. We can get some Charlie's Angels shit in here.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God. Can
yes.
we?
Yes.
If you're
badass.
Joey, if you're watching when we get back to studio shoots, we are going to organize the females and do a Harloff's Angels shoot.
Oh,
like
Because that needs to happen.
wow.
100%. Dibs on Bosley.
I like
I just
it.
want to wear that power suit in the back.
Yeah. So really quickly, just to kind of get back to that upcoming match, Rachel,
Yes.
are you preparing for either of these in any different way? Like whether you go up against Final Exam with Alon and Paul or going up against Deep 13, are you prepping for either of those matches differently?
I mean, both teams are so exceptional in completely different ways. So, there's like a base level of preparation. I mean, I'm already prepping for my singles tournament matches, so that kind of bleeds into. But at least I know with my singles match who I'm playing, and I can specify my studying for Liz. But with the teams match, they both have such different strengths and different ways that they play, both as singles and as teams, that it's making it an incredibly interesting way to kind of like get into a mentality of like, okay, so these guys are going to win. And if they win, they have a week to prepare for us. But they already both know that they were playing us. Like they have the advantage of weeks, like months beforehand. This was already set up before COVID that they were going to play. And then the winner of that match was going to play us. So they've known for months that they were for sure playing us.
Mm-hmm.
So they've had an advantage to prep for us. But again, studying for 2 teams is still doable.
Right.
I don't have a preference who wins. I mean, I would love to. Oh wait, who is it? Let's see. Sorry, I took my brackets away. Deep 13 is. Oh, that's the redemption match for Kate because she feels like she let Tom and Paul down. So like, we would love to be able to redeem the Den playing against them. We know their strengths and their weaknesses. And then, I mean, who doesn't want to play against the delinquent Lon?
Yeah.
And Paul, like that just seems like so much fun. But again, they have such incredible strengths that it's going to be a great, interesting match no matter what. I think it's going to be incredibly cerebral. But I'm really excited for this. I just want the match to be done so I can like dive in head first, know who I'm playing against, like rip them to shreds statistically, and just like dive into their matches. I think really, really immerse myself in their worlds.
Yeah, I think this does kind of almost give us a behind-the-scenes potential matchup with Rachel and Marisol, because Marisol, you are also facing a possibility of going into a match against Paul Oyama. So there's both of y'all are going to have to go against a former champion and stuff like that. So maybe a secret den / corruption alliance just for that to take down Swag's Paul Oyama.
Ooh,
I mean,
the
with this last match,
just like, hey,
are we doing spoilers for the most recent match?
I would say yes, only because I'm fine with spoilers as long as we let everyone know. Hey, heads up! If you haven't seen the Kalinowski zipper match from today, which aired on YouTube, maybe just come back in a couple of minutes, and hopefully we won't be talking about it. But as long as everyone else is on board with it, I'm cool.
Yeah, put us on mute. I'll wave my hands like an
Somebody set
idiot.
the
As soon as
clock.
you see that, you can come on back.
Yeah. When you
So
see
in
us all
5,
start
4,
breaking down and dancing, that's when you know spoilers are over. So
okay, to be fair, I do that all the time. So guys, spoilers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mute yourselves. With this last win that the Corruptions had, that puts them points wise above the Den. So I don't know how much I want to help the Corruption, just because like there are so many right now it's like a sweater, and you like if you pull on one thread, it's just going to unravel everything for you. So like it's very delicate on how you deal with all of this. Like I will root for you until the day is done because I want you to win. Do I want Corruption to win? Fuck no, but I want you to win. So there's like that balance of like, you know, private and, you know, public cheering. So like in private, I'll be like messaging you, be like, you got this, it's yours to lose, you're doing so great. And then on Twitter, I'll be like, fuck this place. Like Corruption's terrible. You're all gonna go down in flames. Like it's, but then I'd be like, I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. Like, a little backstage, guys. I know, but that's literally what we all do for them. Like 90% of the time, like it's love behind the scenes, and it's just like pure hatred online. We're just talking smack or disdain and all that fun stuff. Okay, are we done spoiling?
Are we done spoiling? Is that so? Really quickly, does anyone want to say anything? Marisol, do you have anything to say about Corruption and this run so far that they're on with Chance and Mike doing well so far in this tournament?
Yo, I cannot be more like it makes me emotional. Like I cannot be. It's a dream. Like I could not ask for more inspiring, like people kind of at the top of my faction. It's inspiring. It's inspiring just to watch, and it just like fuels me up. I mean, it just pumps me up. It's like it just jacks me up. Like I need to. I can't disappoint when people on my team are setting the bar that high. When they are just annihilating people.
But they're old hats at this. So like that's they're at the point where they should be in like their matches. Like with the people they've played and like the way that they've studied, like that's how they should be performing. Like no one is expecting you to come out of the gate and like, you know, just KO everybody on your way to the top.
Everybody.
Like, no one's expecting you to come out with a machete and just like, I got this. Like
except
I would die if it happened. It would be fucking amazing.
Well, okay, so Marisol, something I am a little curious about is that we talked to Parker about it yesterday about, you know, going into this match about like the camaraderie the dungeon has to really support each other, you know, emotionally, you know, while preparing for matches, all that good stuff. What is it like being part of such an established faction, you know, with all these awesome competitors? You know, you had got Chance in there that's also from the fan leagues, you know, that's pretty fantastic, you know, a team champion, Mike, I mean, need I say more, you know, being with Shannon, all these awesome people. So what is it like being like, you know, a rookie going into being with these awesome people?
Are we cutting off spoilers? Are you going to go into spoilers?
So there's an interesting thing here with the spoilers that I'll just say, I guess, right here, because I'm such a fan first that like I have blocked myself off from spoilers for my own faction.
Nice.
So that I can experience the matches as a fan. So I'll throw in a spoiler, I guess, for like this 10-second period. You know, I got to experience Kalinowski's match today as a fan, seeing it for the first time, and Chance's a few days ago as a fan for the first time. And I'm keeping with that because I you know, I'm a fan first of this thing, and I just love feeling all those emotions that I was feeling with it. by not knowing anything. So I forgot the question.
Oh, what's it like being part? Like, what is a team faction camaraderie like between everyone in corruption?
Yeah, no, that it's like Rachel was saying, like that the ego stops once the cameras are off, and it's all that knowledge and badassery and the enormity of the characters and the personalities just transforms into embracing the family of corruption, like mentoring, and I have felt very welcomed right at home, and I feel like I'm part of a wolf pack, and like I really I feel it genuinely, like we just ooze it, like so tight, under our fearless mother, Shannon. It's just everything that I may have been nervous about, it has melted away since I came into it. It's been nothing but support, and I'm really grateful for that. I know that I'm really awkward, so I was ready for things to be really awkward, and I didn't know how I was gonna fit. And I was like, well, these guys are the hottest shit in town, and how, am I just gonna get the cold shoulder, being, just a little greenie from the fan leagues? Do they even have the time for me? Like, are they even gonna make the time because they're on another level? And they do. And they do in many ways, and I could not be more, I cannot be happier where I am, and I really feel good from the inside out, which is just another thing that makes Schmoedown even just more awesome. So I can't say enough good things. I'm not hyping them up. I'm not saying they rock when they suck and they're evil and they torture me. They tease me and they beat me, but
you're the new kid.
Yeah. I'm the new kid, and they don't make me feel like that in all the wrong ways that somebody would make somebody feel like that. We're in it together. We're all in this together, isn't that what they say?
I'm not joking. That was a line in Beauty and the Beast on Broadway, and every night I heard that, I would just cringe, because then I would have that song stuck in my head until intermission, which was like 35 minutes.
Okay, now we can do the spoiler-free dance.
Wait. Before, can we just send a huge shout out and congratulations to Zipper, because he did amazing. Absolutely love you. Zipper. What a great fucking performance. Dude, you really do need to not let yourself pick your numbers, because you're terrible at it.
Yeah. Yes.
But we love you and everything. Shout out to Zipper. Okay, now spoiler free.
Eric Zipper. He will be on Chill to Action this Monday, so come and tell him inside of the comments on Chill to Action on Monday. So
you mean tomorrow?
Yes. I keep forgetting today's Sunday. Yes, he'll be on Chill to Action tomorrow.
I said next Monday? No.
Monday.
All right, spoiler free. Are we dancing?
Spoiler free dance.
Spoiler free. Go. Spoiler free.
Sorry,
it is hot as balls in here for some reason. I think our air conditioning went out.
About a neck roll is all I got in me.
You can really break that neck down. Right? Yeah, that's on the internet now.
It's on the internet. It's
forever. Yeah, man. If I had a nickel for every single time I've had to tell myself that inside of my head, I would have a lot of nickels.
I'd have at least $1.
I'd probably have a couple of dollars.
Okay. Well, I know, Danny. I know we're doing things a little bit different now, but I mean, do you want to kind of go into some initial predictions coming up for the upcoming matches or anything?
Yeah, I mean, if anyone at any point wants to give out any of their predictions for it, we won't bring up too much from the are you talking about from the singles tourney?
Oh, I was gonna say, just touching on that, since we just wrapped up some of the IG matches, just do quick little updates on the bracket, just some predictions coming up for the IG matches here pretty soon, because obviously Damon defeated Hannah, so he's moved up. This is not the most up-to-date bracket, so forgive me. And Chance is moving up, obviously, and the Barbarian. So it's going to be Barbarian versus Chance. Damon versus what's his face. That we just talked about.
That guy.
That one awesome person. Really cool person. So yeah. So do you guys have any predictions so far? Honestly, who do you think is going to be like the last two potentially?
I think the Barbarian against Chance is going to be really interesting, because I think that, and saying this just gives him advice, and I don't want to give Chance advice on how to win, but I think that he wants to be a little more like Mike and like kind of looser during his matches and kind of, banter a little bit more. But I think that throws him off. And I think that with the banter that goes on already between the Barbarian and Elvis, like, I think it's just going to confuse him and get him a little tripped up on his own feet. So I think that match is going to be very interesting. I think the Barbarian has some amazing knowledge. I know he's studying for the singles and the IG leagues. So that's going to be really interesting. And then, Damon, I'm happy he beat Hannah.
Of course.
But, regardless of who won today, I don't know if he has the actual knowledge, like the comprehensive knowledge of IG to beat either of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he has some deep cut knowledge, but like there are some answers that I was like, I know that. You don't know that? I know that. So having those answers, especially like having those questions, especially like in round one, like tripping him up, like it's going to be like, it might be the end of him. So if he shores that up, I think it'll be a much more evenly paced match, but I think it's going to be a barn burner no matter what.
I do think that Chance, I feel like he's more comfortable when it comes to, because I feel like especially, we've talked about how as competitors, you got to be comfortable being prepared to issue challenges when you recognize them and be able to word those challenges correctly to make your challenge go your way. And I feel like Chance, that's something he's very comfortable doing. I haven't really seen the Barbarian be in that role yet, versus I've seen Chance do that effectively and go in his favor. I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to work out. But also with Alex Damon, I am so surprised about Alex Damon. That dude broke my bracket so fast.
Not mine.
I'm not gonna lie. And I was like, well, I'm done.
Oh, I've said it from the beginning. Like, don't sleep on Alex Damon in the Inner Geekdom. I saw what he did early on in the championship match when that was one of the exhibition matches that aired. He did extremely well during that. I saw what he did during the Lord of the Rings match. And I've watched Star Wars videos, and he's a Star Wars champion, so we knew where he was on that information. But I've also seen him talk some stuff about Star Trek, so I knew that he would do well in that category. And Harry Potter also. So I believe he's around my age. So I like to believe that most people my age that are into like super geek stuff know Harry Potter pretty well. So I didn't hold that against him either. So I have been saying since the beginning, do not sleep on Alex Damon, but he is going up against Mike Kalinowski for this next match. And that's going to be really interesting to see because this is really where the challenge is for him, because it's a champion versus a champion. Yes, Alex Damon is a Star Wars champion, but he's still a champion. He still holds a belt. So there's still that caliber of level play that's going to be there. It's just a different division. So it's going to be a big thing watching these two go against each other. I will always root for against corruption. No offense, Marisol. Sorry, love you.
No, Chris, say it all out. Look,
I do think
Come on
that
now.
Mike Kalinowski is on a hot run right now. I think he definitely has a lot to prove, and I think he is out for blood. And I think Mike is going to be the one who takes this entire tournament, and I'm excited to see what he does in the singles tournament. Also, I am not happy about one thing with Mike Kalinowski, but we don't have to talk about that right now. Anyways, with the Kalinowski Damon thing, I definitely got Kalinowski going, beating Damon in this one.
What? Wait.
Tournament.
Yeah, wait. You're unhappy with Kalinowski about something?
Yeah, I am.
I don't have any tea, but I have some bourbon.
Well, I mean, if we want to move on to that subject, we totally can, because that is something that we can talk about here.
Are you angry about how attractive he looks with that beard? Because that's obnoxious.
No.
Bro,
We talked about it in chat earlier today.
I legit,
I sent it to the entire C2A chat. I was like, y'all, like Kalinowski and these like silver fox and gray hair in his beard is sending off some good vibes.
I legit had the first time he came out with the beard.
That's not
I
the word you use.
That's not the word that I used. That's not the word. I did use a different word. I just didn't want to say it on the internet. But Alex loves to put my dirt on the internet all the time. She loves to drag me. So
Legit,
not the word that I used.
the first time I saw him with that beard, I texted Shannon and I was like, "What are you doing? Make him shave. Like that's not okay." Like that is like, and he like, because I had Shannon on my show, Movies, Music, and Mayhem a few weeks ago, and he even had it then. He walked by, I'm like, "Who is that?" She's like, "What? It's Mike," and I'm like, "Okay." Hi, Mike. He looks damn good. I mean, he always does, but like, you know me and facial hair makes me happy. Plus that like salt and pepper on the side of his chin. Get out of here. It's not okay.
yeah. I mean, I would be lying if there weren't moments where I feel like I'm confessing shit here. You guys just make me want to confess shit.
That's what they do.
No. I would be lying if there weren't moments where you know, even when I'm like fit chatting or having a study session or something with Mike and Shannon and like Chance and our faction mates and everything, and I'm just like two things. One, I have the sexiest manager and captain in the entire league.
Oh.
And two, I don't even know which one is sexier, and I can't even decide.
I mean, just because Kate wears a fanny pack doesn't mean she's not sexy. She's a mom and she's gorgeous.
Kate,
you just like those bad girls. I get it. No, I love Shannon. Shannon's a fox. Like Shannon's stunning, and I love her. She's the best.
She is
But
amazing. She
really is. There are so many like distractingly attractive people in this league. Like it's really becoming a problem, I think.
yeah.
You know, like how are you going to focus?
Maybe that's the point. Maybe that's like they're recruiting with like a certain attractive level in mind because you know you want it to be almost distracting.
Well, that was the bonus of not having to stare at them face to face like this. Like I was sitting shoulder to shoulder with Andrew Ghai and was totally fine.
Dude, if
Now-
I was competing against Marisol, I would be so distracted. I'd be like, who directed Jurassic Park? Oh, Stanley
You're so
Kubrick.
pretty.
It would be like seeing an Indiana Jones
I would
where
do
it
that.
love you on the eyelid.
Yeah. Who directed 1997? I don't know. What's going on? How's your mom?
There are 4 Star Wars movies, right? What?
Yeah.
That's right.
Alec Guinness. Oh, Guinness. Yeah. You want to go get a beer?
Oh, yeah, let's go have a beer. Yeah.
I do. Beer. Good beer.
Yeah. So, anything we said we weren't going to talk about, we already did our spoiler dance, our spoiler-free dance. So sorry if you came back because you saw the spoiler-free dance, and then instantly we started talking about spoilers.
That was my bad. I apologize. I brought up the potential predictions and stuff. That was 100% my fault. So
Well, there is a prediction
for you. Blame me, please.
We can go on and make predictions about the matches on August 7th,
Yes.
which are amazing because that is Ethan Irwin and John Roca.
Yes.
And oh dear sweet, oh no, sorry, the 31st.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
dear sweet
That one,
Jesus.
yeah, okay.
Like, what I'm so angry that I know that I don't get to watch this in studio and like be there with the energy. Ugh, it's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
What do you guys have?
But also by extension, I remember seeing this in my first, and I remember just seeing this poster, and I was on I was on Twitter. Blah, blah, blah. I was on Twitter when I saw it for the first time, and so now my natural association when I see that is the conversation that came from it.
Oh yeah, that's instantly the first thing that came to my
That's what
mind.
I think of now. Yeah.
That's I feel like that's the drama behind this whole little thing. Ladies, y'all are aware of it, correct?
Fill me more in. Fill me more in.
I'm wondering if it's the same thing then now, Alex. Are you talking about John Roca?
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so just bring out this picture again. I look at this picture. I'm like, Ethan looks amazing. John looks amazing. John has the belt on, so I mean, like, it's fantastic. John, he just responded, saying, "We're like, oh, I see how it is. I look like I look like the underdog in this situation, even though I'm holding the belt and everything. There's no reason why I should be behind Ethan. It was like a thing on Twitter.
I feel like the fire that has been renewed under John is my doing. Because I came so close to beating him in the first round of the singles tournament last year that it kind of snapped him out of that. Like, I don't think that he was taking me as seriously as he thought. I think that he was just like, it's round one, it's Rachel. Like, I'll just kind of breeze by her a little bit. Like, it might be a little tough, but I don't think that he thought that I was going to take him to his 5-pointer and have it get down to that extreme of situation. But I know that after that, like, that fire was lit. He was all fires burning, like all engines firing. And I think that that's because I was like, oh yeah, no, we're not all pushovers. Like, just because we're not, we don't have like 13 wins and 12 losses doesn't mean that we're not in it to play. So I think that kind of had him step up his level. And now with COVID and him being able to study so much more intently and him knowing that he's studying for Ethan, I think it's going to be, I think that he had like this, I think that this is his to lose, to be quite honest. I think that if he can stay out of his head and he can really focus and still have fun with it, because when he gets too in his head, it will stumble over his own feet. But I think that this is his to lose. I mean, Ethan is a brutal opponent. Like, he is so knowledgeable. He plays the game well. But he does have glaring spots that are missing in his knowledge that I always joke, like we always joke, the worst player on their best day can be the best player on their worst day. Like, I've always said that, like, look at him in New York in August. Like, that was a ridiculous match. Like, I was sitting in the back in New York being like, I just beat both of them. Like, how did I beat Ethan Irwin, hypothetically? But like, it's because he has those glaring holes in him. So it's one of those things that I think that if Roca really can focus down on those and like take advantage of them, I think that he's gonna get another belt, which I hate because the exchange is murdering everybody. Yeah, but yeah. I think it's his to lose, honestly.
It's the Schmoedown working against everyone, trying to make sure it keeps the belt on John Roca's shoulder.
Well, you got to balance it out. To be fair, it's really hard to wear one belt. Like, you gotta make sure it's even.
I honestly have Irwin. I mean, I honestly think that Ethan Irwin. I think it's gonna be one hell of a match. And no, Rachel, you're spot on with all of that. That with the fire lit up inside him. But Irwin totally has fire in a different way. Just in a much more not obvious, very more just an understated way. And he's not as flamboyant as Roca is, obviously, or
no one is,
or outspoken. But I think that is all more often than not internalized. All that passion and that fire. I'm not going to sleep on Irwin. I think he's going to eke out that victory there. I'm looking forward to it either way.
If he has improved those weaknesses, it's going to be a very, very drag out match. Hi, sister.
Oh, Mom? For sure. Yeah, that's my sister. Yay. A little cameo.
Love a little cameo. Love a kitty cat or a little doggy cameo, especially.
Whoa.
Sister cameo.
All right, she's canceled. No, she's
The Dark Shadow cameo.
No.
Okay, I have a question for y'all. If right now at this point, with the knowledge that you have for each of these competitors, Ethan Irwin and John Roca, who do you think would win in let's say a 30-question Iron Man style Disney match?
Me.
Yeah, well, obviously, yes. But between the two of them, honestly, who do you all think would score more with what you know about these competitors right now in like a Disney or an animated category, Iron Man style? Honestly,
Roca.
Hands down, Roca.
Roca.
Yeah.
I would say Roca.
Yeah,
He pulls those answers out his ass.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Ethan Irwin also really answer too many questions within Disney or animated all that much outside of like first rounds from what I remember.
And that's always been his crutch. That's always been something that a lot of people know that Irwin is just not really good at. It's not his strong point. It's animated. If he spins opponent's choice on the wheel, I guarantee that's probably going to be most people's first choice to give Ethan Irwin. And John Roca just doesn't seem like the type of competitor, and I'm pretty sure I've heard him say it before, I just can't quote it, that he doesn't necessarily watch animated movies like that. Like he just, I'm sure he'll watch them for Schmoedown reasons, but he's not like us where we literally just pop on a Disney movie just to pop it on to have in the background. So
Yeah, cut my arm, I bleed pixie dust. It's fine. No, I think that Roca has an advantage on that slice just because like, you know, like everybody else, I mean, I'm sure he grew up like going to movies and watching the Disney movies, but like also the fact that he is a reactor and like a reviewer and would go to the screenings. Like I didn't expect to see Ethan going to a screening of Wreck-It Ralph or Ralph Breaks the Internet because he's so busy doing what he does. And then Roca has to because that's part of his job. So, like, I think that Roca does have the advantage in the fact that maybe it's not his favorite slice on the wheel, but he has more knowledge than he, like, gives credit for. Like, if you watch him, oh, my God, he's such a drama queen. I love him. But, like, when like, certain categories get called in round one, he's like, oh. It's like, oh, my God, what? Is your mom making you clean your room again? Like, it's hilarious, and I love it. But, like, he always does decent in those categories. Like,
and then
he doesn't,
he'll
like,
get the answer.
Yeah, he gets the answer, but he's always like, oh, God, oh, that's right, that's the answer. Like, he just puts on this show, and I absolutely love that he does that, but I'm like, I see you. I've been watching you for years. Like, I got this. I know your tricks.
I can't remember what match it was or what competitor it was, but I've always disliked that about John Roca. That was like one of the things. Was like, God, why do you have to complain about it every single time? Like it's character quirk now that I genuinely enjoy and I love it. But I also hate the Ben Bateman thing, like waiting.
Oh, the waiting for the last minute.
Yes, and before, because now it's a part of the game. Now most competitors will do something like that to that degree. But before, when John Roca would do it, and when Ben Bateman would do it, mostly when Ben Bateman started weaponizing it, it just kind of it's so hard to watch, and I cannot remember for the life of me who it was that did it one time, but I'll never forget. I wish I could remember. It would make the story so much better, but let's say it was Rachel. Rachel was in a match, and Rachel just let it go, and I was just like, yeah, you dragged that answer on. I know you know this answer. You're going to drag it, girl.
Somebody called him out for it?
Yeah.
Like, what are you, Ben Bateman?
Yeah, I know. Just, oh man, stuff like that I can't stand. And now it's fun to watch because now it feels like part of the game. Like it's still annoying whenever I see some people do it, but now it's like a fun, annoying quirk that I get whenever Roca specifically does that in the first round. It's like, oh, it's like, you know the answer, John. You know the answer.
But it's never on the question. It's about it's usually like when like you hear Mark Ellis go in fantasy sci-fi, and you hear him go, ugh, like. And then he gets the answer, and you're like, yeah, we get it. You don't like it, but you still get the questions. Like, people are paying attention now. Like, people are crazy and have spreadsheets and track your fucking progress and understand what you get wrong and get right. Like, we know, like, competitors know what you're doing. I do love the fact that still, like, there are times when, like, I'll watch Bateman and be like, wait, does he know?
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it's great when he times it. I totally get you, like, Danny, like, you getting, because there have been some times where I get annoyed, but it's because I get annoyed because, like, the timing is off. Like, it's like we know the goddamn answer to that question.
Yeah.
Like, we all know. Like, when it's obvious, that's when it's annoying.
Yeah.
But, like, when they time it right, like, you know, like, Bateman's done it in the past plenty of times where he's done it, like, he's timed that right. And it is so suspenseful because you genuinely don't know if he, like, knows it or not. And those times are worth it. Like, I'll suffer through, like, all, like, the, like, you know, like, I'll suffer through those.
It's still fun.
For the ones that they nail it and they time it right on the right question, like at the right moment, and like the third round, you know, like a 5-pointer, whatever, or, you know, like when they time it right, it's sweet. It is.
But at the same time, you're a jerk. As a fan, I'm like, but at the same time, I'm like, if I was sitting across the table, I'd be like, oh, fuck you. You know? It's like I know I know a handful of competitors do. I remember so many times like Roca has done it and Bateman and everything. They even mentioned it, like they spin a slice that they don't like and they're like, oh damn it. But they're sitting like they're like that's
Yeah. You stand there contemplating it until they like start counting it down. They're like, all right, I guess.
oh man. I've been setting this slice.
That's all just to stroke their own egos. They know what they're doing.
Yeah. But
we all know the size of the egos on those guys.
I mean, to be fair, it's not just on the guys. There are egos involved. Like we all have egos. Like,
yeah.
Like we go to bat for each other and we go to bat, you know, for ourselves. And there's a like there's a lot of who you are that I know a lot of people put into their characters, like into like who they are as a player. Like before now, I haven't really had a personality. Like it's just been me, like playing. So like when people start talking about, you know, me as a competitor, I'm like, no, you're talking about me because there's no separation at this point, which I know is incredibly dangerous for my psyche because I am an empath and I am also incredibly soft-hearted. So shit like tends to get to you and it like it starts to affect you and it affects your confidence, affects your gameplay. But then you have, you know, your people around you that like build you up. But like having that personality, it's just like you have to have an ego about you to be able to like come out and just peacock around and be like, yeah, my shit don't stink.
It's like battle armor.
100%.
Yeah.
Especially if you going into it. That's why I'm like really excited to see you, Marisol, going into as a rookie, going straight away into as a heel. I feel like it does add like a little bit of extra scratch that fuck it a lot of pressure to do better, honestly, because you know we've heard a lot about you know mentioned on backstage on Sen, you know, you can't be a really good heel unless you win matches. Yeah. Then you're a good heel. You know, you can't be like a Brennan Hannah, excuse me. You know, and, you know, you can't be, you know, a really great heel without, you know.
Yeah, you can't be Team Rocket, you know, like you can't.
I mean, well, that's the thing is that if you're a heel and you don't win and you still have that bravado, you're just you're taken as a buffoon.
Yeah.
Like people
people are like,
yeah, you're a joke. You're not a bad guy. You're this puppet. You're this like nobody respects you. So it's like it's a really big deal that if you're a heel, you do have to win. I mean, not all the time because sometimes the bad guys have to lose. Yeah. But like you have to be able to have it in you and to lose with power, and you have to be able to win with ego. Like you got to be able to put that balance in and like just kind of let everything wash off of you like a duck on the inside and be like, that's that person. I am me. I am supported within this league because not only do you have the support of all of the females, because we literally do circle wagons as hard and fast as possible, not just within the competitors, but like within the support that we've gotten from C2A and a certain point of view. And, you know, like there's so many after shows that are so amazing. Like everybody circles the wagons and then the fans outside of there, it's like an onion. It's just layers and layers of support. So we're all here for you, and we're all here for each other. And that's like the best thing is that like if something's not working that you're trying, just reach out because we're all here. And we're like, oh, it would be great if you did this. And it's like, I never thought of that. And then you hit it and it works and it lands and it sticks and it's great.
It's when it, oh my gosh. As far as like favorite heels of all time, I feel like the conversation surrounding what it is to be a heel, not just a heel, because we do have so many like really good heels. We have everyone from Kalinowski, Chance to to like we have this new version of the heel with like Video Drew and Kate. I've heard people tell me Video Drew's not a heel, and I'm like, what?
I think she's chaotic neutral, like leaning into heel. Like she's a tweener with heel tendencies.
I'm not even gonna try to like define Video Drew.
Yeah,
That's the first mistake.
She'll bite you if you try.
Yeah, not touching that.
I love her. But you know who I think gets left out of the heel conversation a lot is Stacey fucking Howard.
Girl.
That woman is a goddess with stilettos, a whip, and a chain. That girl is a badass. Pulls ant like what did Zipper say? That he knows what he knows, but she knows what she doesn't know. Like she is a mystical badass. Like she's so fantastic. I am so sad that she is not competing in the singles league because I am dying to be across the table from her one of these days. Like I've never played against a female. Liz is going to be my first female competitor, and I've been in the league almost 2 years to the date.
That's also crazy to know. Like I heard you say that it's somewhere else. I can't remember exactly where.
Backstage. Yeah, it's 100% true.
Backstage. And that's nuts. Like that's such a crazy factor. But I'm glad that it's happening. Love to see more female matches like that. I really would.
And
I'm excited for your match, Rachel.
I want to see more female heels. I want to see like girls being able to like actively go into that really dark area. But I know that it's been really hard because when females go that hard and that mean, they get labeled as a bitch. And like not in a respectful, empowering way. Like we can all call each other bad bitches because we are. But when it reaches a certain point of disrespect and like, I hate to say it, but like the vast majority of the fans are men.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are the reasons why, not a lot of them, but some of them are the reasons why we actually had to have that, women of Schmoedown panel, basically. And so I think that now is the perfect time for someone like you, Marisol, to come out who has no past, who is clean slate, and just come out, pun not intended, guns blazing, just like cutting people down and like not even letting them speak, just like being like, no, you don't understand. This is my league. You don't get to talk unless I tell you can. Like, just take it over. Shut Bonnie down. Just take the wind out of her sails. Make her close her mouth. Like, do as much as you can. Like, I feel bad for doing that to Liz because she is so nice and so sweet. But Bonnie's got an edge to her, and I think that that'll be a really fun dynamic to play, especially for you, because Bonnie's kind of like, kind of like a tweener, like, I have heel tendencies, but I'm so sweet, and I'm kind of like sugar with cyanide. But like, you can come out and be like, I'm a bullet to the brain. Like, you're dead. You don't get to even exist after this match happens. Like, you have that ability to come in and just be this badass and take everything on. And then even if you lose, you're like, it's my first match. Guess what I know? Like, guess what I learned from this match? I'm coming out of this match with like all of the things in my tool trade. I am so excited for this opportunity for you because you have that opportunity to fill that hole that is so glaring in the Schmoedown existence. Like, we need someone to come in with their heels on, no pun intended, and guns blazing. And I think you have the absolute perfect opportunity for that, not just for you, but because you have Shannon by your side. And that girl, she's like cherries laced with arsenic. She is just...
Oh, I'd be learning from the best,
crown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
And we have
Amazing.
a perfect opportunity to use, like, let me stop you right there. Like, no one else outside of a corruption faction can use that term, but you can use let me stop you right there, Bob.
Yeah.
You can use that, and I would absolutely love to see that. So I'm super pumped about that, but I would be very remiss if we didn't talk about one specific match that we do have coming up that we unfortunately do not have a banner for whatever reason. It's just not uploaded to this, so we can't put it up here. But I do know one person in particular who is super pumped about this match coming up. If you haven't guessed what match I'm talking about by now, it is the Jericho match, y'all. We got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. We got it. This is such a big match for the community in general. Like, Kevin Smith, Chris Jericho, two big pundits in each of the worlds that create the movie Trivia Schmoedown, a wrestling world. Chris Jericho, legend. Kevin Smith in the movie world, legend. Finally, we get to see them compete in a match together. I am so pumped about it. Marisol, how are you feeling about it?
Oh yeah, this is what it's all about. This is all roads lead to this. This is a huge moment. I don't even know what to expect from this other than to be colossally entertained. I can't wait. I mean, I don't even know anything. I don't even know anything about what Jericho would even know about movies. I know nothing. I know nothing.
So
in that regard.
much. Jericho knows so freaking much. It is
There we go.
obnoxious. It's
Does
so he has a show. It's Talk Jericho. Comes out on his YouTube channel. Thank you, Malcolm. Yes, I would love to be at the desk for this. I'm not even joking. As soon as this match got announced, I text Alice and I'm like, hey, if you need the night off, just let me know and I'll tag in. Like, I got this for you.
Anyway, perform.
Like, oh my God, I am such a huge wrestling fan. Everybody knows I'm a massive Kevin Smith fan. I've offered my studying guidelines and time to both factions. I don't care. Like, this is beyond factions. This is pure fandom heart. I am so pumped for this match. It is going to be so insane. Like, I emailed Christian when he sent out the email announcing like what the upcoming matches were, and I was like, you're breaking my heart. Like, why can't, like, can we save this till we're live? Like, can I just like hang out backstage? Like, I promise I'll stay on mute, but I just want to like, because you know they're gonna have to tape it. It's not gonna be live, so I'm like, I just want to sit back. Just let me hang out in the backstage.
Can I be in the green room, please?
Yeah, just can I hang out in the green room and like just watch and I'll mute and like it'll be fine. Like, I just so desperately love this. I love that my two favorite worlds are coming together. Kevin Smith has an insane. The only thing that I'm worried about with Kevin is the fact that he talks and tells stories and explains things to the point where it's been an ongoing joke about how he doesn't do Q&As. He does Q&A because he talks so long that he can only answer one question because it goes off on tangents. So I think that that's one thing that I'm very sure that Coy is aware of and that he's probably working on with Kevin, just being like, the question is going to get asked, you have to answer it. You have a set amount of time. Do not explain. Do not go over. Like, don't get me wrong. I would spend 8 hours online listening to him explain stories for every question that he answers. But Jericho is like, I'm shocked constantly about how extensive his knowledge is with pop culture, like movies, music, the whole nine. He's so intelligent. And I'm like, but haven't you had like 30 concussions? It doesn't matter. Like, the man is so smart and he's so sharp about it that he can pull things so quickly that I think that this might be Jericho's to lose, but I am here for the match. I don't care. I'm here for the entertainment. I'm here to watch two people that I am massive fans of compete in something that I am involved with that just sets my heart aflutter. I'm so excited for Christian and Mark to like get to this level of like just amazing like achievement. And it's just like, who would have thought, like, go back and watch season 1. Like, That was 7 years ago. Who were you 7 years ago? Like, see, think of how much you've grown in 7 years. That's what Christian and Mark have done. They started at AfterBuzz. They moved into studios, and now they're involved with Chris Jericho and Kevin Smith and Benson and like
Skybound.
What is this world we're living in? How, like, I feel so amazingly proud to be involved in all of this and just be like a small part. And I'm bursting at the seams. So it's going to be amazing. I'm literally taking the entire day. I'm like not planning anything. I'm not going on any after shows because I know people are going to want me to. And I'm like, if you want to see me cry, it's fine. That's, I guess. But like, I love them so much. I'm so excited. Like, I also am supposed to do a show that night. Probably not going to happen because I'm like, unless I can get one of the competitors on, I'm just going to sit there. Like, I'm not gonna be able to talk to my guest. Like, I'm just going to be so excited and just worn out and just crying over what just happened.
Yeah.
With love. So much love overall.
Yeah. All of the love.
Tears of joy.
Well, Marisol, do you have any predictions for it? I mean, do you have any ideas on strengths, weaknesses, or who might walk away a winner?
You know, I wish it was an IG match just so I could see Kevin Smith answer some IG questions.
Yeah.
You know,
I think they might let him put comic book movies on as one of his wheel slices. I think that would be really good.
Okay. I mean, I cannot speak as knowledgeably about it, obviously, as Rachel. So I just, since this is new to me, like with Jericho and his background in movie trivia, I was automatically just like, oh yeah, I feel like everything I know about Kevin Smith, like he is as deep into film as a lot of the people in this community who love this show and compete on it. So I don't see why it wouldn't be Kevin Smith. So I'm still gonna just stay with that, until I see anything to prove me otherwise. So we'll see. I'm gonna be entertained either way. Clearly.
Absolutely.
Do you guys think that he'll put his own slice on the wheel?
Isn't he? Will he be allowed?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a slice. Like Christian was talking about that on SEN Live, and he was like, "Well, it is a slice. I can't prevent people from putting slices on there because they're slices." So,
Yeah.
But do you think that he'll like be afraid to in case he misses a question?
No. First off, if anything, he would. There's no way in hell he would put his own slice on the wheel. I feel like he's
gonna his own slice very efficiently. Let's be honest.
Yeah. I mean, you never know what type of questions that they really would ask. It might seem like an easy question to us, but it might end up being like a trick question to him in some sort of way, I guess. I personally wouldn't. If it was me, I wouldn't put my own up there just for that specific reason, like just in case I did get something wrong with my bad.
Yeah, I think the backlash is just not worth putting your own. Yeah, for all the fans, for all the furious YouTubers who like, what a dick. Yeah, like.
Dude, I will come after you if you talk about Kevin Smith like that. Just know. You come after my baby like that.
Well, if you were allowed, I would say, hey, put a wrestling movie slice up there.
Oh.
Just saying, I don't know how many wrestling movies there are though.
And make every question about Ready to Rumble.
Yeah,
that's what it showed.
I mean, it doesn't just have to be professional wrestling. It can include like Greco-Roman style. And there's a few matches. There are a few movies that adhere to that.
Are there? I have no clue.
Sure.
Yeah, Foxcatcher.
Foxcatcher. That's technically a wrestling movie, right?
It is.
Foxcatcher. Yeah, it's
true wrestling.
US wrestling team.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, 'tis the hour. Oh, Marisol, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We were so excited that we got the opportunity to talk to you. So before we head out, Marisol, we always like to have everyone plug. So if there's anything that you want to plug, if you got like a Twitter account that you got people that you want people to follow, a YouTube account, are you secretly doing like Schmoedown videos that you bring us to?
Yeah.
Obviously.
I won't speak in any tongues. No parcel tongue here. But you can find me. You can find me, I guess, on Facebook. You could dig me up. It's a Where's Waldo situation. You could find me on Facebook, my Twitter at Marisol _ Mariah.
It's in the description box as well.
Oh yeah,
I got you, girl.
Yeah. That's it. My Twitter and Instagram, same handle on Instagram. So yeah, that's me.
Yeah, and Rachel, I know that I just like shotgunned that ending on this entire stream. Like I just went poosh poosh. So I just kind of threw that out there. Rachel, we are very much used to having you on for a lot longer of a time.
I know, I'm like, wait, are we ending already? I haven't had to pee 3 times yet.
I saw Rachel's face as soon as I said it and realized, I did just kind of shoot that out there at everyone. My bad. So Rachel, my love, let us know where you're at.
You can find me at RM Silvestrini on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on the Facebook. Wow, I sound like my mom. You can find me on Facebook. Yes, you can find me on my YouTube channel. I have a show every Thursday called Movies, Music, and Mayhem, where I bring guests on to talk about our love of movies, music, and discuss the mayhem that is life. This week, I will be actually journeying to the most amazing guest. I'm so excited. You all know and love her. I'm going to see the amazing Jen Sturger. We're doing a very special San Diego Comic-Con in honor of episode, and she is going to put me into an amazing cosplay while I interview her. It's going to be a blast. I'm so excited. And then just tune in every week after that. Set your click subscribe and like and ring that bell and come hang out. You can also find me on Facebook on the Den group page, as well as this still makes me feel a little bit weird. We're going to edit the name, but it's currently the Rachel Silvestrini fan page. It's probably going to turn into like the Switchblade something at some point. And then you can find me on various shows. I'm all over the place on the PJ Campbell Network with you guys a ton, with certain point of view. Just like keep your eyes out, follow me on Twitter, and you'll be able to see everywhere I'm going. That's going to be a blast, and I love you guys so much, and I'm so sad it's been so long since I've seen you.
It does feel like that, right? It really does. Like when you don't talk to someone who you talk to almost every single day, and don't talk to them for like a week. It's like, where have you been? Are you okay?
You guys were there when I bleached my hair for the first time, and that was so much fun. And we need to do another epic hangout with all the ladies and just chill.
Yeah, this made my night. I'm happy to come out of my rabbit hole to spend the night with you guys. This was
Girl,
great.
I don't think you understand the onslaught of requests you're about to get in your DMs. Just a heads up, because now that you're out and you are announced, you are in the play-in match. You are now.
I want to know. Got to let you know.
Remember coming out and being part of this with all of us.
I'm going back into my turtle shell.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but she is wearing a Rachel Cushing shirt, by the way.
I did.
Oh, fucking
All I saw was the top and it said Rachel, and I was like, what? I'm like, oh, wait, that's not my shirt.
I have
the other Rachel.
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah, no, not that one.
My two favorite Rachels. How could I choose? But
you don't have to. It's fine.
You don't. All right, Alex, sweet love, baby, tell us where you are at, my girl.
Schmoedown every single Wednesday. I also do a show with Video Drew called Cinema Bias. We dive into our personal biases when it comes to movie making. But it's been a real fun time. Marisol, I'd love to have you on Schmoedown sometime, or on Cinema Bias. Same with you, Rachel, as we're trying to expand and have more guests and stuff on. It's really cool. On Tuesday, we're going to be watching, we're going to be diving into the movie Warrior from 2015, I think, directed by Gavin O'Connor. It's a huge one in the Action Army, so definitely come hang out. And here in just a few moments, I'm going to be hanging out with a few bird people, the crows or something, Danny something, as well as, Video Drew and Jen Sturger. So live in the dark kayfabe stuff. So this is going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. We'll see how it happens.
Yay! Good stuff, y'all. And you know me, it's your girl Danny Joy here. You can find me on Twitter at Danny Joy. You can also find me on Twitter at Watch the Book Pod. You can find me there mostly, trying to grow that Twitter channel. Those tweets are mostly going to be about books, random bullshit, stuff like that. You can also go to my YouTube channel. I will be getting more videos up. Weston, thank you so much for sending in that Streamlabs earlier. Videos are coming out for my channel. I talk about mostly books on there, so reviews, Mexican Gothic review will be coming up sometime next week. Also, I will be doing my first video for the Padawan Chronicles with Paul Denuzio as a guest of mine. We will be talking about Lost Stars. So we're going to be kind of discussing spoilers for that book and how the books kind of encompass the larger Star Wars world. So be on the lookout for that. And you can also find me here on the Call to Action Network every Monday with my favorite co-host, Mr. Paul Denuzio. On Chill to Action this Monday, we have Eric Zipper coming up, and we are getting ready to get some stuff set up and in the works for you because our 50th episode / year anniversary is coming up, and we are very much looking forward to that. So we have to get together and figure out a party for that somehow. So
19 hours is that the goal? Because
Yeah.
I'm in.
yeah.
We're going to be pulling a Van Goddard situation where he went on C-SPAN for a full 24 hours.
Yeah.
I'm in.
We'll do it. We'll figure it out.
That would be a lot of like, Paul is going to be on for 6 hours by himself, and then I will be on for 6 hours by myself because Paul and I can't stand each other. If behind the scenes, Paul and I actually really hate each other. So
why are you tearing my family apart? No.
Yes, but thank you all so much for hanging out with us on this Sunday on this kind of a different episode of Call Live. Next Sunday, I'm sure you will have your regular host Kelsey and Paul back here, and Alex and I will be the little ones back in the quarter again. So we will see. We are trying to update our shows a little bit and get some new vibes going. So if you like anything new that we have going on, let us know in the comments after this video is aired. Like this. Subscribe to the channel, #C2A2K. Thank you again for everyone in the chat room. Thank you for everyone that hangs out with us all the time. We love you. And as always, we salute you. Bye.